we're looking forward to hearing it.
Yeah, this is the lead-off track from the album Glory Fire, which we just released not too long ago. It's a song about living in the moment, and it's called Pave the Way.
Hey, what was that song called, Chris?
Called Pave the Way.
Pave the Way.
That was great. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, what was that line about? The only way you can live forever is
to die before you live.
Yeah, what was that line?
It's if we're gonna last forever,
Yeah.
We will have to die before we live.
Before we live. What does that mean?
That is a concept that I've come across in a lot of spiritual books that sort of suggest that life really begins once the ego dies, and that is sort of construct that is the result of our earthly experiences. So it's really just about the beginning of our life as awakened beings. Once we tap into that sort of level of consciousness that is above just like the rambling thoughts.
Now, have you achieved that level of consciousness?
I've tasted of it. I wouldn't say that I'm
I know.
an enlightened being by any means, but it's a constant sort of.
I know that's how I feel. Yeah, I tasted it too.
Tastes pretty good, doesn't it?
I feel like that guy in that Star Trek movie, trying to get back to the Nexus. You know what I mean?
Man.
Yeah.
What's a good book for that? Like what?
One of my personal favorites is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle.
You guys read it too? No. What's that about? And like.
It's about living in the moment, and it's
Yeah.
very sort of non-religious. Well, I mean, like it borrows on concepts from various religions, but it's non-denominational. It doesn't, ascribe to one particular set of religious views. And it's basically about just that, like overcoming the thinking mind and our identification with that as who we are, and the sort of discovery of this sort of greater level of consciousness that lies above or behind or beyond, whatever you want to say, that. And it's just very, it's a very easy read. It's very much, it just really spoke to me, and a lot of people that I've recommended to have really liked it.
But how does it change your outlook on life or the way you think, or like I don't know, maybe if I'm asking it right, just like why would it be worth for someone to read this book? Like what could they get out of it?
You become, I think it offers the potential of being liberated from a lot of the thought processes that, for lack of a better word, enslave us, like that cause us to suffer. I think a lot of the times, even something as simple as worry or anxiety, right? Like those thought processes are not conscious. They're oftentimes automatic and the result of like past experiences. And I think through, some of the teachings in that book and through certain practices like meditation, you can get beyond all of that and you can just find life is a little lighter.
Okay, I gotta ask you a question. So,
sorry.
What?
What was
Oh,
the
you
book
go.
called? The Power of
The
Now?
Power of Now.
Okay.
I know the book.
Okay.
I haven't read it, but
It's very commonly
yeah, it's a huge
recommended.
book.
I think Oprah even
Yeah,
like.
Oprah. I was going to mention Oprah.
Yeah.
She picked it.
Not that I really watch Oprah, but
No, me neither.
not that I have anything against Oprah either. But I'm just Terry's like, what? You have some problem with Oprah?
No, I just thought it was funny that you were both trying to deny that you watch it.
Because
But yet you're quoting her. It's okay, man. You can
We
watch
can't
Oprah
help
too.
it. We
No,
can't help
I'm-
it.
I'm
Oprah's
really-
everywhere.
I'm really just distinguishing the fact that I heard of the book before Oprah got on board the train.
Yeah,
That's
me
all.
too.
Yeah.
I'll buy anything Oprah endorses.
Yeah. But Chris, I've read a few of these books. I haven't read that one yet, but inevitably what happens is I get to the last page of the book, and I get to and I go, okay, this is it, the last page now. Now I should be totally enlightened. I get to that last sentence and I go, I'm not totally enlightened. I get a little bit of disappointment when I finish those books. Like I'm still not there yet. Do you ever have that happen to you?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely experienced the feeling of reading those books and feeling like I got to read them all over again, or I think for me it's like whatever I get out of the book tends to happen while I'm reading it to a certain extent, but then a lot of it I think lies in what you take from it and actually start implementing into your life, and that's why I love that book in particular, because I think it really gives you some prescriptions for how you can take what it's offering and incorporate it into your life.
And songwriting.
Well, I mean, that's a whole other thing, but that's definitely a big part of why I love music, because I feel like it takes me to that place without having to do all that extra work. But yeah, I mean, does that answer the question a little bit, Hugh? Like,
Yes, it does.
Oh, you know how it is.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like, you can't expect to become totally enlightened just from reading a book.
Yeah,
right? Anyways, right?
It's a journey, man. Like, it's ongoing.
Yeah. And although there are those conspiracy theorists who say that all this stuff about losing your ego and all that is just a ploy to get people like not involved in political stuff and that kind of approach to the world, the political approach. So yeah, so that's the conspiracy. So maybe it's just Eckhart Tolle's probably in league with the reptoids who are Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, I'm still going on his team than the alternative, which hasn't presented anything even remotely as appealing.
Yes.
But it's interesting. I mean, there's a lot of that stuff that does kind of pique the interest, but it's like hard to know, right?
You know, it's really hard to know, and especially if you get into stuff like the quantum.